Welcome to this lecture series on environment and ecology presented by Mentors for IAS in association with Bangalore IAS Academy and Namak APSC. So in this particular video, we'll be discussing about the estuaries or an estuarine ecosystem. Now, once again, this is an important part of your aquatic ecosystem, and since we have already discussed wetlands where estuaries can also more or less be considered as wetlands itself and also transition zone from a terrestrial ecosystem to an aquatic ecosystem, we will be studying about estuaries under aquatic ecosystems. Now again, you can have a better understanding of how an estuary is formed when we discuss geography. But in this particular video, we'll be discussing more about the estuary as an ecosystem. What are its functions? What are the causes for its damage, destruction, or depletion? What are its characteristic features? How does it aid in biodiversity? These are some of the features, or these are some of the information that we'll be discussing about in this particular topic. However, the various geographical and geomorphological reasons can be taken up when geography is discussed. Okay, so an estuary is a partially enclosed coastal water body where fresh water from rivers and streams mixes with salt water from the ocean. So, estuaries and their surrounding lands are places of transition from land to sea. Now, although these areas are actually influenced by tides, they are protected from the full force of ocean waves, winds, and storms by landforms such as barrier islands. Such as barrier islands. Now, please remember, estuaries can also be considered to be an ecotone, and barrier islands protect estuaries from the full force of the ocean waves. Now, when compared to deltas, estuaries are more or less the opposite. Now, I'm pretty sure if you are well versed with geography, you should know that estuaries are mostly found along the western coast of India rather than the eastern coast of India. The eastern coast of India is populated by deltas, whereas the western coast of India is populated by estuaries, where the western coast of India is an example of a submerged coast, whereas the eastern coast is an example of an emergent coast. So what happens here is that since the estuary is open to your ocean or water body or your water body, there can be influence of tides. Now, water continuously circulates into and out of an estuary, that is where the river meets the ocean. So tides create the largest flow of salt water, whereas the river mouths create the largest flow of fresh water. Now, the tides will move in the direction from ocean to the river mouth, whereas the fresh water will move from the river towards the ocean. Now, when the dense salty seawater flows into an estuary from the ocean during high tide, it has something known as an estuarine current. When the dense salty seawater flows into an estuary, it has an estuarine current. High tides can create estuarine currents, and salt water being heavier than fresh water, these estuarine currents sink and move along the bottom of the estuary. I hope you understood this. Estuarine currents, since it is due to high tides and it is salty water, it will move along the bottom of the estuary from the ocean, from in the direction from the ocean towards the river. When the less dense fresh water, on the other hand, when the less dense fresh water from the river flows into the estuary, it has an anti-estuarine current. It has an anti-estuarine current which is strongest along the surface. So the anti-estuarine current is strongest along the surface. So these estuarine environments are also considered to be among the most productive on earth, creating more organic matter each year than comparably sized areas of forests or grasslands. Sheltered waters of estuaries also support unique communities of plants and animals specially adapted for life along estuaries. You can just remember, very productive, and you do have unique plants and animals which are adapted to this particular ecosystem. Okay. Next, we'll discuss about the characteristic features of uh, your estuaries. So, estuaries are very productive. I have already mentioned this. Now, please remember, an estuary is a semi-enclosed coastal body of water. It is a semi-enclosed coastal body of water. An estuary has very little wave action, therefore, it is calm and can provide shelter to animals. It can provide shelter to animals. The vast mangrove forests on the seaward side of an estuary also acts as a barrier for coastal habitat to check wind speed during cyclones and high velocity landward winds. These estuaries are classified by their geomorphological features or by water circulation patterns and can be referred to by many different names such as bays, lagoons, or inlets depending upon the geographical features and the location of this particular ecosystem or a water body. The banks of estuaries are also favored for human settlements and are usually densely populated. However, this can also result in dumping of waste and pollution along your estuarine ecosystem. Apart from that, it also plays a very important role as it acts as a filter for some dissolved constituents in river water where these will precipitate out. It can also trap sediments carried by rivers and help in filtering of the water that is entering into your estuary. Please remember, estuaries can also have a filtering effect on the river water which is flowing into the estuaries where all the sediments and where the sediments can be trapped and filtered out. So these sediments which are trapped may be deposited along the sides and these estuaries may result in the formation of delta-like features in the nearby region. So these are some of the important characteristic features of your estuaries. So next, moving on to considering why estuaries are actually important. So here I have classified the importance of estuaries into four heads, that is critical habitats, economic value, environmental services, and protective buffers. So estuaries obviously provide us with a range of resources, benefits, and services. We already know that. So we'll briefly discuss these four subheads, these four heads as to why estuaries are important. So the first is estuaries are critical habitats. So thousands of species of birds, mammals, fish, and other wildlife depend on estuaries to live, feed, and reproduce. Since estuaries are biologically productive, they are also known as nurseries of the sea. They are also known as nurseries of the sea and are also ideal for migratory birds. Estuaries are also ideal for migratory species of birds. Second, we will consider the economic value. We will consider the economic value of estuaries. Now, estuaries have great commercial value and their resources provide economic benefits for tourism and recreational activity. Apart from that, please remember estuaries are very ideal for setting up ports and harbors. Unlike deltas, deltas are not good for establishing ports, whereas estuaries provide natural conditions for the establishment of harbors and ports. Therefore, the western coast of India are good for the establishment of harbors and ports. Of course, you do have ports on the eastern side as well, but we do need some intervention as well. Whereas western coast provides natural conditions for the establishment of ports. Apart from that, it does have economic value as it is a good fishing zone and is also suitable for navigation. Once again, this is why it can also be used for ports and harbors. So it is good for navigation and it also provides a good fishing zone. Therefore, it has great economic value. Next, moving on to environmental services. Now, estuaries filter out sediments, which I've already mentioned. So, these estuaries will filter out sediments and pollutants in river water and provides cleaner and clearer water, which benefits both people and marine life. The estuaries will also help prevent erosion and stabilize the shorelines. You can make a note of this point. The estuaries will also help in preventing erosion along the coast and stabilize the shorelines. Finally, we move over to protective buffers. Now, estuaries can act as natural buffers between land and oceans, absorbing flood waters and dissipating storm surges or minimizing the effect of cyclones in sometimes if we do have mangrove forests along the estuaries. Please remember it acts as a natural buffer between land and ocean, absorbing flood waters and dissipating storm surges and reducing the effect of cyclones. So these are some of the important features of estuaries. Dissipates storm surges. Okay. Next, we'll briefly discuss how are estuaries actually threatened. Now, one of the main reasons for estuaries to be under threat is nothing but urbanization and construction activities along coastal regions. So, it is resulting in threatening the integrity of estuaries, it is upsetting their natural balance and is increasing the pressure on estuaries. For example, if a river flows through an urban area, then sewage water and industrial effluents may be discharged into it. Agricultural runoffs with fertilizers will enter the river water. Construction debris may also be dumped into it. This will affect the quality of water, river water, and therefore the health of the estuary itself will be affected. Apart from that, when we construct dams, the dams will restrict the natural flow of water. And if the natural flow of water is affected, the water entering into the ecosystem, that is river water entering into the estuary will also be reduced or affected, which will change the entire dynamics of an estuarine ecosystem. So these are some of the important reasons or causes for estuaries to be under threat. Apart from that, climate change is also now playing a very big role. For example, take global warming. Due to global warming, the temperature rises. You have glaciers and ice caps actually melting. Due to this, the sea level may rise up. So when there is rise in the sea level, estuaries are under threat of being submerged. So melting of ice cap results in increase in sea level, because of which your estuaries may actually be submerged. So these are various reasons as to why estuaries are actually under threat, and many of these reasons are nothing but man-made reasons. Now we do have something known as coastal zone regulations. Now I will not be discussing coastal zone regulations as of now. Again, if we do have time and if I do take up acts and policies in the end, we can consider discussing coastal zone regulations as well. If not, I am requesting you to please read about coastal zone regulations. You have classification of course into into different zones. It is actually important that you go through coastal zone regulations. Apart from that, I would also suggest you Google and read about coastal ocean monitoring, coastal ocean monitoring and prediction system, and prediction system. So I want you to read about the coastal zone regulations as well as the coastal ocean monitoring and prediction system. Now these are not exactly to protect or mitigate the damages done to estuaries, but more or less, since these are activities concerned along the coast, estuaries will also come into picture in these things, or these regulations. So I hope you've learned something about estuaries today. If you do have any doubts, please do write to us. Please do follow for further videos on environment and ecology. If you still have doubts, please do write to us in the comment section. Thank you.